prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you back to my backyard down by the garden, where once again I'm going to be harvesting goldenrod. This time we're going to be talking about using it as a tea. Let's move you in a little closer. Now, not everyone can do tinctures. I understand this. Now, what we're going to do is harvest down the stem a little bit, because with the tea you're going to want a 50-50 mix of leaves and the blooms, the blossom ends, and we're going to be discarding the stems. Now you want bright yellow blooms, and we're going to keep harvesting them. You want to make sure that the leaves look really good. Any bad ones you will pluck away. Now, the goldenrod tea has the same medicinal benefits as the tincture. You just have to drink a cup of the goldenrod tea. It's not my favorite. A lot of people love it. I use honey in it, let's just say. Now, of course, massive diuretic. Amazing for colds, anything, lung congestion, cleansing your kidneys and bladder. It helps dissolve stones in your kidneys and flush them out. And I'll have even more medicinal benefits in the description box below. And we're going to get busy harvesting. You want to definitely make sure that your blooms are bright and yellow. Now, harvest responsibly, everyone. There's bees and native pollinators all in this grouping of goldenrod. Harvest responsibly. Don't clean out all the blooms. Take about half, because this is their last push before winter for food, to sustain themselves over the winter. So, also, if you're allergic to bees, please be very, very careful, because they can hide up in the blooms. I thought something landed on me. They can hide in the blooms, and of course they will sting, but it's because they're frightened. And unfortunately, you don't want a bee to sting, because it means they'll die. A bee only stings once, and then it dies. So I try not to aggravate the bees at all. Uh-oh, I see a big riding spider, so I don't want to bother it or its web. So I'm going to harvest around that way, so I do not aggravate it, because I fully believe in old tales. So I'm going to be very careful. Now, I'm going to be dehydrating these. Either way you go about it, the yellow is going to fluff up and become possibly white. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with it. It is still perfectly fine medicinal-wise. Now, I will bring you back once I am done harvesting. See you after a while. Okay, final video of the night. It is time to now dehydrate the goldenrod to make the tea mix. Now, this is way more goldenrod than you think it is. It takes a while to prep the goldenrod to dry for tea. Now, yes, it's worth every second. Now, what you're going to do is, first, before I strip it, you're going to cut down the stem to where the leaves start looking really rough. When the leaves start looking bad, cut your stem there. You're going to strip your stem of leaves. You want a 50-50 mix of leaves and flowers. And you're going to strip the flowers off. Yes, it's time consuming, but if you think about it, it's worth every bit to have this medicine stored up. Because you're not going to see this until a year from now, y'all. Now next year, yes, you could harvest the leaves, but you'll miss the flowers. Okay. Double check. I thought I saw a leaf. One leaf. Two. That's what you want. A stripped stem. I put the stems in my compost pile. That is a lot of stripped goldenrod. It's going to be wonderful medicine for when you're sick, when you need a diuretic, when you're having kidney or bladder problems, chest cold, head cold, sinuses, this is hay fever, ragweed allergies. This is the fix for it. Like I said, once a year harvest. Alright, I have my dehydrator trays set up, my mats, my very thin mats. No, they're not dirty. They're stained, so I'm going to have to bleach them. I didn't think the elderberries would stain the silicone mats, but yeah, they did. Now, put a canning jar lid in the center hole, because you do not want to block that center hole, and it'll also keep the goldenrod from falling through while you are filling up the tray. And like I said, you want a 50-50 mix of leaves and flowers. Looks like I'm going to have quite a few more trays to go. Now, let me warn you, no matter what you do, dehydrating it or hang drying it, goldenrod's going to buzz up, and you're going to think something's wrong with your goldenrod, because it will go from yellow to a fuzzy white. Nothing's wrong with the goldenrod. Nothing's wrong. Just want you to be prepared to know that it's going to look totally different. But you know what? It's still going to dehydrate, and it's going to be perfectly fine. So, if you see the fuzzy white, don't worry. It's perfectly fine. It's just the yellow flowers poof into this really pretty white looking fuzz. But you can still use it. I will bring you back as soon as I get all these trays loaded, and we'll see how many trays I get for this round. See you back here in a bit. Okay, I was able to get 5 beautiful trays full. Now, of course, it's going to dehydrate down quite a bit, so it's not going to make near as much as you would think it would. But you only need a teaspoon of the dried herb per cup of water to make a goldenrod tea. So, I'm fixing to cut the dehydrator on, and I'm going to head home. It's done got really late, and I'm ready to go to bed. So, I will bring you back tomorrow morning when I come and check the dehydrator after it's done. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Okay, the dehydrator is done. The goldenrod is dry. I have let it cool down and acclimate, so it's time to get it out. see the beauty of the dried goldenrod. And like I said, it poofed up, which is to be expected. But look at that. That's beautiful. We'll make sure you get it all out. This is why I tell everybody, make sure that your workspace is clean and sanitized. That way you can scoop it all up and waste none. Let's move the camera so y'all can see. Right, I'm going to get the 5 trays unloaded, and I'll bring y'all back here in a bit. Okay, the trays are empty. If you notice, it looks like a whole lot more than it was going in, which it does. We're not done yet. Now, if you have problems with dust or anything, you might want to wear a mask. So, with that being said, it's going to be kind of hard measuring a teaspoon of dried goldenrod for a cup of tea. There's a way to fix that. Make sure your hands are clean. Yeah. Got to get in there. Break it all up really good. And I noticed, I'm thankful that quite a few of them, oh, the smell, quite a few of them stayed yellow. So I'm happy about that. Oh, the smell is amazing. But you want to make sure you get in there, rub it in between your fingers, break those leaves and flowers up, what little bit of little bitty stems, because you want to be able to measure a good amount. Make it easier on you to measure. Now I'll warn you, if you've got tendinitis like I do, yeah, you're going to get to hurting here in a bit. And looking at the camera, I can already see the little fine particles floating around. They're not going to hurt you, but if you have psychotic sinuses like I do, it'll catch you when you've worked too hard or run yourself down. Yeah, it'll get you. But you want to make sure that it's broken up very, very well. Because when you go to make a cup of tea, you want to make sure that you can get a good amount in a teaspoon. And if you got big chunky pieces, you're not going to get a good measurement of a teaspoon. A lot of this is going to the Herb Society meeting. For my workshop at the end of this, coming towards the end of this month. If you haven't heard about that, yep. They've asked me to do, I was blessed to be asked to do a workshop on this beautiful, beautiful plant. This healing plant known as goldenrod. That don't hurt, that's not prickly, so don't worry about that. But you want to get every bit broken up as much as possible. And if you have to, take a break. But you can see the pollen lining the side of the pan. is a good, healthy batch. It smells so good. And there's so much benefits to making your own medicine, to make yourself well, to keep yourself well, and not have to worry about side effects that, you know, it's not going to blow your heart out. It's not going to cause more side effects than what you're trying to heal. Yeah, every once in a while, I hear them ads. And then they start talking about the side effects. And the side effects are way worse than the medicine that you're taking to heal yourself for, or big pharma medicine that you're trying to heal one thing for, that turn into possibility of, you know, death, heart disease, heart attack, stroke, blood clots. Yeah, don't get me started. I'll get on a roll. Because there's been many a medication. Oh yeah, depression, suicide. Yeah. There's been many of those big pharma medication ads. And my mouth just flies open because the horror of the possibility of taking this medication and what the side effects can possibly be. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Alright. Now, go through, make sure any big pieces are broken up. You want to make sure that it's very well broken up and mixed together. See how beautiful that is? Still beautiful and green and healthy. And I'll have all the medicinal benefits in the description box below. First, I gotta get a good amount in a bag. I got vacuum seal that. Now, this you want to always store in a glass jar to keep moisture out. Oh, it smells so good and it's so beautiful. Like I said, you want to get it broke up very well so you have no trouble getting a dosage amount for a cup of tea. Oh my gracious, the pollen that's in it too, which is very good as well. That means it was good and still fresh. You want to make sure you get as much out of your container as possible. Waste not the blessings given to you by the earth, for she will heal you, because the plants are there to heal you. And of course I'm going to be doing more. Excuse me a minute. But look how beautiful that is. This is a half-a-gallon jar. It's almost full. I can still pack it down some more and get more in there. which I'm going to be doing more. But look at that. Is that not beautiful? You're able to heal thyself. And this is going to somebody very special to help heal him as well. Okay, give me just a minute. Like I said, simple, easy, organic, wild harvested out of my own backyard because it's let wild to grow. You can do it. Now, when you go to make tea with it, now if you have the little pre-made paper tea bags, a rounded teaspoon, that's it. If you have to use a tea ball, a rounded teaspoon is the doses per 1 cup of boiling water. Put your tea bag in the water or your tea ball in the water, and then pour the hot water over and cover the cup so that it can steep and the medicinal benefits don't evaporate with the steam. A lot of people don't know, if you don't cover the cup up, a lot of your medicinal benefits evaporate with the steam. The old way of doing it, a lot of people never understood why there was a matching saucer with a teacup. And it's because when making tea, you would take the saucer out after pouring the water, the boiling water in, put your tea in, and put your saucer on top of your cup so it could brew. Old southern tradition there. And of course it come from Europe as well. But there you have it. Another medicinal goldenrod. Another way of taking goldenrod. You don't have to do tinctures. If you can't do the alcohol, I don't use glycerin, never will. It's not in tincture making, and vinegar is not a tincture, y'all. It's not a tincture. Alcohol is a tincture. This is an herbal tea. Medicinal tea. And like I said, all the medicinal benefits of goldenrod will be in the description box below this video. Now, I left a few out. Excuse me, my sinuses. Hold on. Apologize, y'all, with the changing of the seasons, and I got really cold at fall ball, and several other nights I got really cold, so yeah, sinuses kicking in. Sinus stopper. So, with 5 trays of the cleaned and stripped goldenrod, I made a little over 3/4 of a half a gallon of tea there, and this much in a gallon bag. Simple, easy, y'all. 1 teaspoon per 1 cup of water. Always remember that, and I'll have it in the description box below. I hope this encourages you to also take your health into your own hands. Heal thyself. It's simple. It's easy. Just believe in yourself and you can do it. And quit listening to Dr. Google and any medical websites. Because remember who they're funded by. Even some medicinal organic herbal sites you have to be careful of as well, because yeah, there's a little backdoor money action. Simple, easy, you can do it. Believe in yourself, and if you don't have the way to get a hold of it, ask me and I'll let you know where you can. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound, stock up your medicine cabinet as well as your pantries. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Y'all take care.